Hi, I'm Justin Boyd.
And I'm Brittany Pacheco, and we are the Watchers in the Basement.
Welcome to a special edition of the Watchers in the Basement. We are here today to react to the season 3 trailer for The Boys. The Boys is about 2 weeks away, so the trailer is dropping pretty late. We got a teaser trailer about a month ago, and so honestly, I'd kind of forgotten about the trailer. Brittany, I don't know if you had thought about it, but I mean, the teaser was pretty good, so I wasn't even really all that concerned with the trailer. But the trailer dropped today, and I just to let everybody know, I've watched it one time. How many times have you seen it, Brittany?
With the teaser trailer or this new trailer that we're about to talk about?
Yeah.
Like 1.5.
Okay.
Because
okay.
Testing out for this reaction, I just wanted to make sure that the live stream is obviously going to, work. But so like 1.5.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. So we haven't had a chance to go through this or examine it. I know it's typical classic Boys content. It's just crazy all over the place. So,
diabolical.
Yeah. So Brittany, whenever you're ready, let's get to it.
All right, y'all. So yes, we are going to be live streaming this, and we.
So, let me say it again, Cam. Maybe a superhero, but I'm also just a man who fell in love with the wrong woman.
Just a man who fell for the wrong woman. Fell for the wrong woman.
But out of crisis comes change.
Out of crisis comes change. So I spent the last year really slowing down and reconnecting with myself. And I am very excited for everyone to meet the real me.
There's something wrong with Homelander. There's something broken. He's lost his fucking mind.
Love, mommy, daddy, and Abu. Hey, oh!
We've been on the straight and narrow all year. No killing Soups, no drinking. Even followed Hugh Campbell's orders without strangling him.
Now you're just being cruel.
Or maybe you're not such an asshole.
People love superpowers.
But real power isn't. It's the ability to bend the world to your will.
The gloves are off. Thought we could fight out the right way, but we can't. It's all rigged. We have to do it your way.
We're all we've got. It's up to us. I think I have something. Maybe we can use it to blow Homelander's fucking brains out.
What's this?
Makes you a soup for 24 hours. You're gonna need it.
The whole point of what we do is that no one should have that kind of power.
For once, I'll level the fucking playing field.
I show people the real me. I mean, they fucking love me.
By the heroes and
Fuck!
Christ, Soldier Boy.
Oh, shit!
Like I said, diabolical.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in that trailer. And like classic Boys, it's like, like doesn't like pick up right where season 2 left off. You know what I mean? Like we're obviously months in the future, if not a year later from what happened in season 2. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy. What do you want to start with?
I mean, it's just there's so much to talk about, Justin. I mean, at least we got answers kind of quickly about why in the teaser trailer it appeared that Butcher had like superpowers at this point, but we have that answer now, which I think was a really great kind of quick explanation without
let me say it again, Cam.
Really going into it. The fact that somehow, I guess, someone somewhere tinkered with compound V to make you into a suit for 24 hours. And with Butcher's ability, it seems he could rival in a way Homelander. And it's really cool. The fact that Homelander is obviously off his rocker, I think is going to be fun to explore and see just what the hell is going on with that guy. Because everyone loves him, you know. But yeah, there's a lot to unpack.
And with the compound V that Butcher takes, I assume there's going to be side effects, or like there's got to be some kind of trade-off to make it more interesting. And I agree with you. It's good that we know, because like you're right, the teaser trailer focused mainly on him and the fact that he had the glowing, eyes. And I'm glad that there's an explanation for how he has his powers, and he just suddenly become a soup. Like, he's only going to be it temporarily, hopefully, because that does kind of, I mean, it does, the point of the show is for these regular people to disarm the superpowered people. So
right
now the boys are getting powers. It kind of, I don't know. It kind of messes the show a little bit. Like, I'm sure they'll do a good job with it, but it's kind of it's one of those like lines, like once you cross it, it's hard to go back from that.
Yeah, but then I also kind of interpret it as like, in order to beat your enemy, you kind of have to become that enemy. So you fight fire with fire. So, I mean, I like the line that Mother's Milk, tells Butcher about, if we do this, there's, in other words, like, there was a reason why we didn't do this, is because we're not supposed to have that kind of power. But yet, Butcher is the only one that we can see here who is going to take on that power and wield it and do, God knows what he's going to do with it. Maybe it'll not necessarily like a heel turn kind of thing, but maybe he'll be like, hey, I like this power. I can get shit done. And, we can just only wait and see what it is he's going to do.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a difficult drug to give up. Like,
I mean, we saw A-Train struggle with it. We saw A-Train struggle with the consumption of compound V because it made him better. It made him faster, but that did come at a cost. It enlarged his heart. So, I'm curious if Butcher's gonna become the thing that he's been fighting against, this whole entire time.
Right. And we get to see a lot of a new character throughout the trailer. Soldier Boy, which is played by Jensen Ackles. That's actually the person in the background behind me.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see, because he's like a Captain America ripoff character, if you couldn't tell from the shield and the obviously his name and everything. So I'm interested to see how he is thrown into the mix. Is he going to be, automatically one of the soups? Is he going to be, used against the soups, used against Homelander? I'm interested to see how that works, because, obviously Homelander is the Superman archetype. And then you have this guy, this Soldier Boy, who's the Captain America archetype. So I'm interested to see, because even though those are two different companies, with Captain America being Marvel and Superman being DC, in a lot of ways, they're kind of very similar, because they're both like the big blue Boy Scout characters in both comic series. So it'll be interesting to see how they play off each other, or if they're the same team, or, whatever happens with that.
I mean, the one thing I will have to say about that, given past season, was when they thought they could kind of bring in Lamplighter, right? And then, Lamplighter was working for Vought with that Sacred Grove or whatever it was called. And then the boys were like, hey, come testify so that we can tear down Vought. And then he had his own plans, to commit suicide inside Vought Tower. So to say that maybe Soldier Boy will like team up with the boys could go sideways very quickly. You just don't know, because it looked like, so correct me if I'm wrong, with a lot of these superhero names, they just kind of pass on the mantle, right? It's not necessarily always the same person, right?
Yeah,
so
it seems like with the boys, they do that, where they just carry a mantle. I mean, I don't know that there was another Homelander before Homelander.
Yeah, I think Homelander is the only the only one.
I mean, it's kind of like the way superheroes are, like in DC and Marvel. You know, like there's certain, like the Black Panther is a mantle.
Right.
Um,
Captain
like
America.
Robin in, you know, Batman and Robin. Robin is a mantle. There's been multiple Robins. Captain America, there's multiple Captain Americas.
Right.
I mean, really, there's a lot of characters, multiple Green Lanterns. So,
Yeah.
but then there should be only like one Superman, although that's not really true. So, you know, it's comics. They can do whatever they want to. It's make believe.
Yeah,
stuff,
of course.
So,
yeah, but
I do think he's the original, because I think he's frozen the same way Steve Rogers is frozen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then is brought back at the end of First Avenger for the Avengers movie. It seems like the same thing's going on with him. Like if you look at the image that's behind me, it's like he's you know, been unfrozen, or he's thawed out, and he's like probably in Times Square, New York, or something. Like he's very similar to what we saw with Chris Evans, and
he's got
First
the
Avenger.
Infinity War kind of look, the long hair and the beard.
Right,
It's like
right.
that's kind of funny.
But I do think it's going to be a similar fish out of water, because he was frozen in the 40s or 50s, and now he's in the 2020s trying to figure out what he's doing there. So
right, yeah, it's curious, for one, who that woman was that is, I guess, helping the boys. She's a redhead of sorts, and I wonder,
I think
like,
I
who
know
she is. Who is she, Justin?
It looks like Queen Maeve.
Was that Queen Maeve? Because I thought it was maybe
sounds
this
just like her to me.
This behind
No, I think
Jeep.
no.
Okay.
If you slow it down whenever we get to her picture, I'm pretty sure it's Queen Maeve.
Okay.
I think
Let
she
me
just has her
work-
hair behind her, you know, tied up behind her or whatever, because it definitely sounds like her.
Yeah, let me get to that point, and then I'll share the screen. But I don't know. It almost, to me, it doesn't really look like her. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, see, to me that does look like her. Like you look at her face. Now her hair is like tied up behind her, but like
I don't know. It just doesn't seem like the same Maeve that we've
Well-
seen before. Because I know there was an earlier shot of her kind of like looking on as Homelander was kind of, I don't know, about ready to rip into A-Train. It looked like, because he had here we go. Let's see. So
Right.
135. Maybe it is. I don't know. It just I'm
Yeah,
so used to seeing her with her hair down. So maybe that's the problem.
to me it sounded a lot like, or exactly like her. So maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but it seems like she's helping the
Perhaps.
boys take down Homelander.
Perhaps it'd be interesting how she was able to kind of meet up with him, because it's like, we know Huey has quote unquote gone on the street by joining this crazy lady who is a soup, who we know blows up people's heads, and she's just kind of doing her own thing. For what purpose, we still don't know at this point, but we do know that Huey is working in her offices, and at one point in the trailer, I guess he's talking to Butcher and basically saying, like, yeah, like, we can't do it this straight and narrow kind of way. We have to do it your way. In other words, Butcher's way, right? So I wonder if what was her name? Victoria? This
Yeah, she put that
Congresswoman
she
or
was a
somebody?
congresswoman. Yeah, I'll have to look her
I
up.
can't think of her name, but Victoria, I think, is her name. And she, started this whole movement to basically sanction the soups, or not sanction the soups, you know what I'm trying to say. Put some sort of like policy into place about
Right.
what they do and that kind of thing. But she's a super self, obviously. So it's kind of like, I wonder if she'll be discovered who she truly is by either Huey, the boys, or maybe even Annie January, aka Starlight, because there seems to be a scene that these two share. So who knows?
Yeah, she's either a soup or she might be like an alien. I don't know. It wasn't.
She's an alien.
Yeah, it wasn't really clear at the end of the season 2. So
yeah, you're right. You're right. But we got A-Train back. A-Train is back. He was suffering. He had suffered like a heart attack at the end of season 1, and then season 2, he kind of ended up helping out the boys with information about who. Oh my God, I'm spacing on her name. The Nazi lady, Mrs. Vought.
Right.
And he, exposed her. He's back in the 7, but he's got new digs. Like they looks pretty cool, very colorful. We've killed off all the blue. And then like I said, showed earlier, we've got the Deep. The Deep is looking healthy, looking good with his locks on top of his head again. Got past that phase, I guess, of wanting to shave it. So, is that supposed to be his wife in the background? I don't remember, because I know he got married.
Yeah, but I thought maybe it's a different actress or she looks different. I don't really remember. That's something else about this show is that, we haven't had any boys. Well, besides that animated show, but the Boys season 2 ended in October of 2020. So it's been a long time since we've had, fresh boys content. So it is kind of hard to remember some of the character names and what really happened I remember the major stuff, but it's hard to remember everything. And, it's just been a long time, and it's
for
it's
sure.
one of those things, like, it's kind of like what we were talking about last week about how, there's some fatigue with maybe some of the Marvel stuff, or there's so much of it. And I think the opposite's true with this, where I think everyone's pretty excited or looking forward to it because it's been so long. And like there's just so much to dig back into and, to see where the story goes. Cause even though there's a comic book, but I don't think they're exactly following the comic. So it is kind of like they're kind of picking and choosing, but then I think they might have their own ending in sight, which I'm not sure when that's going to be. I expect this show to probably go at least 5 seasons, if not more.
Well, one scene I need clarification on is this with Frenchie and Kimiko, the female. Like, they're having this musical moment inside of what is presumably a cafeteria of sorts, some medical facility. I wonder if this is like a hallucinogen. How do you call it? Hallucination. Did they also take the quote unquote serum that turns you into soup? Which, Kimiko doesn't need to. She's already one as it is. But like for Frenchie, did he take it? Do all the boys, take this concoction? And I just need explanation as to why we're having a musical number in season 3.
My guess would be, like you said, either a hallucination or a dream scenario, or honestly, I would say it's like a dream. It's probably like a dream thing.
It's just so silly. It's just so random. It's so silly, and I need explanations, of course. And here we have a still of Huey Campbell, who's, like I said, working for the Federal Bureau of Superhuman Affairs. If I can read that backwards, I think I got that right. I wonder, what he's either, walking into or, creeping up on, whatever. If maybe he's seeing, his employer for who she really is, or what's going down. And there's another still here further down where it looks like Homelander is meeting with Butcher, and it's just like, oh, what's happening here, y'all? Like, these two men in the same room. Now let's refresh everyone's memory. Butcher's wife had been raped by Homelander, which resulted in the first natural born superhero named Ryan, who has very similar abilities as his father. And they were kept a secret until Butcher was taken by Homelander to that location. And, then he sees, oh my God, my wife is here. He was trying to get her out of that compound kind of situation. And extremely long story short, sadly, Butcher's wife died. Still not 100% sure if maybe it was Ryan's fault or not, because how much can he control his power when he really has never used it, right? Yeah. So, oh, look, we have Yesenia here. Hey, Yesenia, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining our live. Appreciate it. Yes, she says, and still alive. It's very curious how in this kind of situation, how either one of these men are still alive. But yeah, so, Butcher has some feelings towards Homelander, obviously. He's now officially a widower, because of what happened. And Homelander, who knows if he has any contact with Ryan? I'm pretty sure they're keeping him separate, you know?
Oh no, he does, because they show later in the trailer where he sees him. He goes to visit him.
I'm talking about Homelander. I'm not talking about Butcher
Homelander. Okay,
seeing
yeah,
Ryan.
sorry,
No,
yeah.
no. Yeah, no, you're right. In the trailer, and I'm going to play it again without the sound. We, do see that Butcher will see Ryan, which I think is really sweet. It's really great because it seemed like Butcher had some sort of resentment towards Ryan because he's Homelander's son, but he kind of, in a way, took him under his wing and was all like, don't be a C word. And Ryan's, I guess, under the protection of Grace, who had helped the boys, back in the day. And again, watching this trailer one more time, Homelander again is just really off his rocker. I wonder what this man is trying to do, spitting out all this marketing, listen, I fell in love with the wrong woman, and I'm taking some time to myself, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, this man is so demented. But Antony Starr does the role so well. Like, it's so believable.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he obviously Stormfront's the name of the character we were trying to think of earlier. Who
there you
go. Turns out she was a Nazi, and so was the founder of Vought. It was who is her husband, right? I believe
Frederick Vought.
Frederick Vought. So
she is Mrs. Vought, who when she took the serum as well, back in the day, it was successfully administered, and she didn't look a day over whatever age she was when she took it. But she's like, what, 80 something years old, if not more.
Sure.
So I'm really bad at math, y'all. Don't judge me.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I think, wasn't she one of like the original heroes?
She was.
And I believe that, or the original Soups, I believe that this character we're seeing now, Soldier Boy, was the same way.
Yeah.
But he was frozen just like Captain America was in the 40s.
For sure.
So I don't know. I'm really interested to see how this all, and see, who is that character right there? That female character?
Yeah, that female character in the red. It's almost like she's Scarlet Witch type, but she's like, my God, but look at the damage this woman has, bestowed on
exactly
all these people. Like, that
it happened so quickly. I couldn't tell who
insane.
that was.
Yeah, I'm not sure. She can wield some sort of very powerful source out of her hands.
And if you remember back to season 2, there was another female character. It wasn't Stormfront, but it was but she had a similar costume. Remember there was it was Mother's Milk's family. Like, it was it his father or someone related to him, where this soup killed them in their car? Do you remember that? You remember what I'm talking about? Like that was like,
I don't think that story was actually really ever divulged too much in the season. I mean, that you might have background info that I'm not aware of.
No, it was something that was in the episode. I just don't remember the name of the character. But
it wasn't. It was when Mother's Milk and Annie and Huey went to go talk to the woman, and it was Liberty. I mean, but it's Stormfront still. It was Liberty who had stopped the car, and like guy got out, and she like killed him in front of she was a little girl, but the woman who's telling the story, that's what that's about. But no, it wasn't Mother's Milk family related or anything like that.
Okay, my mistake. I'm mixing up some of the stuff, but
wasn't that it's been a while.
Yeah, wasn't that Liberty character? I feel like her costume was similar to what we just saw from this character.
Liberty had like a hood. I know that we did see, just because we only saw her from the back, but it was kind of, I felt like it was almost kind of like a cross between Starlights, like with the white and the, or maybe I'm just making things up in my head. I can't tell you. Like you mentioned, season 2 aired in
late 2020. Yeah, it was September, October. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's been a minute.
It's been a while. Yeah.
It's been a minute.
I just think that scene that we see where that character that we don't know who she is, that female character, I bet that's like a throwback to when Soldier Boy was like in his prime or whatever.
Perhaps.
Because it looks like that was some kind of like military looking
Mhm.
scenario. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just off the
Yeah.
like 2 times I've seen this scene, it seems like it was like a flashback. I couldn't think of what
Yeah.
the word I was trying to say. Yeah, flashback. So
Mhm. But like the scene right here that I've got paused with MM and his family. Remember his
Right.
wife had said she's like, I never want to see you again, and he was able to go back to his family at the end of season 2, and so we see his daughter here, cute as button. She's celebrating her 10th birthday, and she's dressed like Starlight, which I think is just adorable. She's got the kind of Flava Flav, chain with the clock, hanging as well, which I think is kind of funny. But like good times. So hopefully there's like good times to be had in the season. But it wouldn't be The Boys if it wasn't crazy, messy, bloody. That's kind of what the show I think is just very well known for.
Maybe that clock is for another character.
I don't know. I'm getting total Flavor
Because
Flav's
Because,
vibes
well,
out of
yeah,
it.
right, but I bet it's another character because, like, her birthday party is a superhero party of this guy dressed like Homelander. You see that superhero thing in the background, so I
Mhm.
wonder if that's some other character.
I don't know, but then I'm curious too. Like if MM did split from his wife, maybe is this new boyfriend here in the middle who's dressed as Homelander? I'm just curious what the dynamic would be here, because
Yeah,
MM was trying to make his family work, but
right, right.
he kind of got caught up in everything. And then right here, real fast, Justin, we see that Black Noir
Yep,
is alive and well.
yep.
It was a little questionable at the very end of season 2 with Maeve having given him, a peanut candy. So he's alive and well. And here's, Homelander in his prime being psychotic towards A-Train
Yeah, it was an
and
almond
Maeve
joy.
looking
Remember?
onward. It was an almond joy. That's right.
Yeah.
It had a peanuts in it because he has an allergy towards tree nuts. But yeah, I'm pretty sure like, oh, okay. I'm
Maybe
gone
it's just
back.
almonds because, like, almond joys don't have peanuts in them, do they?
Well, that's to say tree nuts. So
Okay.
yeah. Shush. This back here,
Because
we're
you could get him a
casually.
payday or something, like or a
Oh
Snickers.
yeah, that's
or,
true. It was an
yeah.
almond joy. Yeah, because there was that ongoing thing with the vending machine almond joy. Anyway, we're just gonna casually have this conversation while someone's falling from the building as people look on and curse splat. And then the fact that like Homelander is like coming down from the sky at the same time, it's like, wait a minute, is this like pieced together? Or are these actually 2 separate scenes, or did he do that and people are just like cheering him on, like, yay, you killed somebody? you know?
Yeah, it's hard to tell, honestly.
Yeah.
But
So,
he's like,
hey,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Well, I just want to say, hey, Mel, thanks so much for joining. I know you say you don't know anything about the show. It's really crazy. It's on Amazon Prime. We've been watching it since the beginning, and it was Justin who put us onto the show. It's called The Boys. You watch the first 10 minutes of the very first episode, your life changes forever. Fair assessment, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's got a strong start to it, and it's
Extremely.
basically a parody of superheroes. So,
It's like they're superheroes, but they're like anti-superheroes at the same time. I guess that's
right.
what you could say. Like they're all about marketing and being popular and things like that. So
I
yeah,
mean,
I'm
it's
curious.
a parody of like DC and Marvel characters, but
Yeah.
it's honestly, if superheroes were real in
Mhm.
our reality, they
Yeah.
would very much be like these characters. I think so.
No, I agree. I think
Yeah.
that's for damn sure. But it looks like here we've got Soldier Boy. See, I want to say Soldier Boy like an idiot.
Yeah.
I don't think he raps, but it looks like Tim in his heyday, like you were talking
Right.
about earlier. But he's going all. This reminds me of Tyrion in Game of Thrones with
Well,
you
or
know.
John Walker in Falcon and Winter Soldier
Oh, that's right. That's
with
a
the
better.
shield. Yeah, with
That's
the
a
shield.
better. Yeah, that's
See, he's
definitely
even got
better.
the Captain America Infinity War type shield. Like it's not even
He
like the circular
does.
shield. So
He does. You're
yeah, I'm really
absolutely
interested in this
correct.
character because I think it would be cool if he was going to face off against Homelander, but I don't think that's the case. I think he's going to be a villain.
Yeah.
So
I think so. I mean, because what are his actual powers? I mean, because here it looks like he's wielding some sort of like energy that
Right.
blasts out of him. Whereas when you think of Soldier Boy likening to Captain America, he's just like super
Right.
strong and can't
Yeah.
be beat, you know?
Yeah, I'm not
So
sure
what
about the
are his
power.
abilities?
I
Yeah.
thought he was just like Captain America, honestly. I don't know.
Because
Yeah,
it makes me think about that one villain that the FBI was wanting to stop. The one who had the tattoo on his chest that was in
right.
Arabic. And it seemed like that same kind of power, you know, where he just like radiated this kind of energy and it blasted out of his body. That's what kind of looks like
Yeah.
Soldier Boy was doing.
Yeah, and I wonder if like maybe that's a power that he acquires in current day. Like,
Or
I don't
maybe
believe. Go ahead.
or maybe he takes that serum as well. Like I said, we saw that there's 3 vials. So unless
Right.
it's one for each of the boys minus
Right.
Kimiko, because again, she has powers. I wonder what's in store. But like us, you and I, not knowing anything about the character, it's going to be a surprise for us. And Yesenia here says she's excited for this character. I am too. I think it's going to be cool. I'm excited to see, you know, Butcher use, you know, these laser powers. Like I said, it's going to rival that of Homelander.
Mhm.
And I just wonder if it's going to really come to blows at that point.
Yeah, see this part here. That looked like a flashback with that.
I
character.
think you're right.
Yeah. So that may not even be an important character. You know what I mean? That might just be like another character who's involved with the flashback that features Soldier Boy.
Yeah. And again, this damn musical type number, like what is happening here?
Yeah, it's
It's gonna be hilarious, that part for sure. But it's just a really bloody show, and it's coming out June 3rd,
3rd, which is a Friday,
which is
and
a Friday.
they're going to do the same thing they did in the last couple of years, where they're going to have 3 episodes available that first day,
hmm
and then after that, there will be 5 more episodes the following 5 weeks. So 1 a week after the first 3.
Mm.
So
See, I'm thinking Soldier Boy has like these powers that he can just like radiate like
maybe so. Maybe that's
energy
the way
off, because it looks
to
like
make
he's
him
taking out
different.
Kimiko, because this would make sense. She would probably be the only one who could survive a blast like this, because she seems virtually indestructible. Like we saw in the previous season where her neck was snapped and she was somehow like still breathing and able to, you know, straighten out her neck again. So
Yeah, she has like the healing powers of like Wolverine.
she
think.
does. She's
Yeah.
kind of a badass. You know, which I appreciate. She's pretty cool. I like her.
Mhm.
Even
Yeah.
though she hasn't really spoken. I wonder if she'll actually speak or sing in this in this season.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, I'm really excited. I might actually go and like rewatch both, you know, season 1 and 2, just to have that refresher, and it gives me something to watch again, because now that Moon Knight is over, Doctor Strange has come out. You know, we have a little bit of time before the next MCU show comes out. So
I think Miss Marvel begins either the same week as the boys or right after.
okay.
So yeah,
Well, we
Miss
also
Marvel
have
is the next one.
Yeah, and we also have Obi-Wan Kenobi coming out
Yep, that comes
at the
out
end
the
of
end
this
of
month.
May. Yep.
So we've got a lot of like shows to look forward to, which is good. Like just to have a different variety of things. I mean, in a sense, it's a variety, but they're all like going to be action packed, I'm sure. So
Yep.
I'm happy about that. I need new stuff to watch. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I just keep rewatching the things that I always keep watching.
Yeah.
So
Well, there's plenty of stuff on the way. So Brittany,
For
before we
sure.
leave, how can people find us on social media?
Oh, I will tell you, Justin, exactly how people can find us on social media. It's simple. You can go to Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Simply follow us using the handle at Watchers Basement, or just type in the Watchers in the Basement. Also, we would really appreciate it if our audience would help spread the word about us by using the hashtag Watchers Basement. That's tweeting, posting on Instagram, Facebook. Y'all still do that. We'd really appreciate it. You know, we're a small podcast, but we're a proud one. You can see today it's just Justin and myself. We're missing our our fellow watchers. But you know, it was kind of on the fly because the trailer dropped today, and we just wanted to be able to kind of, you know, strike while the iron's hot. So you can help, as I said, by using hashtag Watchers Basement when talking about us. And if you're not into video podcasts, that's totally fine. We're also available on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, thanks to anchor.fm. Please give us a 5-star rating. It would really help us out. And as I mentioned in our Doctor Strange stream, in case you guys haven't checked that out, spoiler, I'm pretty sure we do this full time in the multiverse, but let's just try to make that happen here, because that would be awesome. I like working from home, just saying.
That would be nice.
So yeah, that's simply it. Follow us on social media, use the hashtag Watchers Basement, and give us a listen. Subscribe to us on those audio platforms.
Well, there's video now with Spotify, so
That is true. I actually uploaded our last 2 lives. I want
Yep.
to say last 2 lives on
Yeah, I
Spotify.
watched.
So that's kind of fun. But yeah, don't watch and drive, y'all. Be smart. Just, you know, just put on your Spotify or your Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, whatever, and just listen to us. Be careful when driving.
It's a good PSA there from Brittany. I appreciate that.
Just saying, don't drive fast like I do.
Exactly. So anyway, thanks for everyone who's watching or listening to this right now. We will be back once the boys begin. We might be back for the Obi-Wan premiere. I'm not sure. We were trying to figure all that stuff out, but
Yeah.
like Brittany mentioned earlier, there's a lot of stuff coming our way. Thor: Love and Thunder is not too far away, so there's lots of stuff that we'll be talking about very soon. So please check back. And for Brittany and Justin saying goodbye, we will see you next time.
All right. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell everyone that you know about us. We'd appreciate it. And we'll see y'all in the next one.